You teach people how to treat you by what you allow, what you stop, and what you reinforce. Respect is not something you chase. It is not something you beg for. It is something you quietly command through the standards you hold for yourself and the boundaries you set with others. In a world that is loud, impulsive, and easily triggered, the person who remains calm, clear, and composed holds the real power. Respect does not belong to the one who shouts the most. It belongs to the one who cannot be shaken. In this message, you will learn 7 simple phrases that can completely change the way people treat you. These are not threats. These are not emotional outbursts. They are calm, precise statements that draw a line and protect your dignity. Listen carefully and imagine yourself using each one in real situations from your life. The more clearly you can see yourself using them, the more natural they will become. Phrase number 1 that is not acceptable to me. Most people never say this sentence. They stay silent. They laugh nervously. They pretend that something did not bother them, while inside they feel small, hurt, or humiliated. But every time you stay silent when someone crosses a line, you teach them that this behavior is allowed. You train them to disrespect you. When someone makes a cruel joke at your expense, when they insult you in front of others, or when they talk to you in a way that tears you down instead of building you up, you do not need to explain your entire life story. You do not need to defend yourself. You can simply say, "That is not acceptable to me." You are not attacking them. You are not trying to hurt them back. You are just stating a calm truth about your standards. You are saying, "This is the level at which I live. If you want access to me, you must rise to this level." You do not need to raise your voice. In fact, the quieter you say it, the more powerful it becomes. Phrase number 2, I don't appreciate that tone. Disrespect is not only in words. Sometimes the words are technically polite, but the tone cuts like a knife. The sighs, the eye rolls, the sarcasm, the condescension. Many people feel this but cannot name it. They walk away from a conversation thinking, "Why do I feel so small?" It is because the tone carried the disrespect. When you say, "I don't appreciate that tone," you are doing something rare. You are naming the energy behind the words. You are not getting lost in the details of the argument. You're going straight to the way you are being treated. You can add, "I am happy to talk about this, but I need us to do it respectfully." This puts the responsibility back where it belongs. You are not refusing the conversation. You are refusing the disrespectful way it is being delivered. You are saying, "We can talk, but we will talk as equals." People who are used to dominating others with their tone may be surprised the first time you say this. Let them be surprised. It is the sound of a new boundary being born. Phrase number 3, I'm not willing to continue this conversation right now. You do not have to stay in every argument you are invited into. Just because someone throws their anger at you does not mean you have to stand still and receive it. If they keep pushing, if they keep raising their voice, or if they ignore the boundaries you already tried to set, you have every right to step away. You can say, calmly, "I'm not willing to continue this conversation right now." Notice the words, "I'm not willing." You are not blaming them. You are not diagnosing them. You are taking ownership of your own decision. You are saying, "My mental peace matters. My emotional state matters. I choose to step away." You may be afraid that walking away makes you weak. It does not. It makes you selective. It shows that your attention and your presence are valuable, and that you will not spend them in chaos. Strong people are not the ones who stay in every fight. Strong people are the ones who know when to end it. Phrase number 4, let me know when you are finished. Interruptions are a subtle form of disrespect. When someone constantly talks over you, it sends a message: what I have to say is more important than what you have to say. Most people respond by trying to speak louder, by fighting for space, by pushing their words into the noise. But there is another way. When they interrupt you, stop talking. Do not compete. Let them speak. Let them get it all out. Then calmly, you say, let me know when you are finished, so I can speak. This does 3 powerful things at once. First, it breaks the pattern of chaos. Second, it makes their behavior visible. Third, it shows that you will not wrestle for the right to talk. You will wait for a respectful space. You are not a child asking for permission. You are an adult stating a condition. If this is a conversation, it will include both voices. Otherwise, it is just a monologue, and you do not need to be there. Phrase number 5, I hear what you are saying. Many conflicts do not come from pure evil or bad intentions. They come from people feeling unseen, unheard, and misunderstood. When someone feels ignored, they get louder. They repeat themselves. They escalate. If you only answer their words, without acknowledging their feelings, they will not calm down. Sometimes, the most disarming thing you can say is simply, I hear what you are saying. You can add, you are saying that, and then reflect back their main point in your own words. Not sarcastically, not mockingly, just clearly. Then you continue, here's my perspective. This does not mean you agree. It does not mean you are surrendering. It means you are strong enough to let their reality exist next to yours, without being threatened. When people feel heard, they often soften. The volume lowers. The need to attack disappears. Now, you can talk like 2 human beings again, instead of 2 injured egos trying to win. Phrase number 6, let's agree on some boundaries. Most people wait until after a relationship is damaged to talk about boundaries. They wait until after the explosion to say, this can't keep happening. A wiser path is to bring up boundaries before the damage becomes too deep. You can say, before we go further, let's agree on some boundaries so this stays respectful for both of us. You might suggest simple things: no shouting, no insults, no bringing up the past, no talking over each other. Some people will resist this. They will say you are being dramatic or too serious. But understand this, anyone who resists basic respect is someone you must be careful with. When you invite someone to agree on boundaries, you are giving them a chance to meet you at a higher level. If they accept, the relationship gets stronger. If they refuse, you receive valuable information about who they are. Either way, you win because you are no longer walking in the dark. You are choosing clarity over confusion. Phrase number 7, we can discuss this when we are both calm. In the heat of the moment, it is easy to say things you do not mean. It is easy to attack instead of express. It is easy to destroy what you actually care about. When you feel your own anger rising, or when you see that the other person is losing control, this phrase becomes your shield. We can discuss this when we are both calm. You are not denying the issue. You are not pretending there is no problem. You are simply choosing the right time and the right state of mind to handle it. Self-control is not about suppressing your emotions. It is about directing them. It is the difference between a fire that warms the house and a fire that burns it down. When you say, we can discuss this when we are both calm, you are telling yourself, my peace is more important than winning this moment. And that is where true respect begins, with the way you treat yourself. Remember this, respect is a mirror. The world reflects back to you the level of respect you have for yourself. If you tolerate insults, you will receive more insults. If you accept chaos, you will live in chaos. But when you set clear boundaries, when you speak calmly and firmly, when you choose peace over drama, people feel it. They may not like it at first. They may challenge it. They may test it. But over time they will adjust to the standards you consistently enforce. You do not need to be cruel to be strong. You do not need to shout to be heard. Your power is in your clarity, your calmness, and your willingness to walk away from anything that disrespects your soul. If you are ready to build this kind of quiet strength, you are not alone. There is a path. There is a community. If you seek wisdom in a noisy world, join this journey. Subscribe, stay with us, and keep feeding your mind with what makes you stronger. Stay stoic. Stay grounded. Stay strong.